All right. So I'm having some issues and I'm trying to. Finally. Hey, sorry for the confusion. For some reason, YouTube just completely died and reset on me. So for some reason, I had to make a new link, but looks like it's working. Welcome. Really? Is it better now? So weird. It is. Huh. I can check one thing. It's very choppy. All right. Let me check some settings. It should be fine. Let's see what YouTube's doing. Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm thinking it could be me, but I'm thinking YouTube. There's something wrong with YouTube. I might need to get the. Oh, is it better now? Oh, that's super. I didn't change anything. I just muted and unmuted. It's no good old turning it on and off again, I guess. All right, so I see people coming in. I think the sound is fixed. Yeah, welcome everyone. I hope you had a great New Year, great Christmas. I wish I could. I wish I could. Um, yeah, I had a great New Year. I took, as I said, mentioned before, I took a few days off from just trading in general Basically, what Tyler did, just I bought some spot when we dropped right before. I think it was right before New Year's. Other than that, I did not do anything. Put away the phone, put away the charts, and we get back into it fresh with higher prices. So yeah, all the spot buys I did do were good. We're already almost close to 100K again. I'm still wondering if this will be the range where we start to go sideways before we see bigger moves around. I'm guessing around 20 January when Trump gets inaugurated. I think it's the 20th, or around February, March, like last year. Which yeah, I can say now last year. Um, Other than that, I think market's been good. Seeing prices back up. Bitcoin closing out at 128%. Solana, not as good as it was, but I mean, it's decent. It's good. Obviously, the alts took a big hit, but yeah, I did manage to buy some cheaper. Like the last video last week, I think we were around here. We just broke through this line. But yeah, we hit my DCA point and we started to go back up. And is the person from the Discord in here who was talking about looking for chances to for Cardano to either buy or sell, or how to get into Cardano because you think you're late. If you are in here, just give a shout and I'll try to answer your question. If not, I'll answer it anyway. But I think it's good if you listen to what I'm about to say about dollar cost averaging and not lump summing your money in. Yeah. Other than that, BitUniX chart lines up. Ah, yeah. All right. So you are in here. Good. Um, so yeah, all in all, I don't think you're late. I don't think none of us are yet. I think there will be much higher highs to happen in crypto in general. Maybe in the near future, but definitely in the future. So I'm thinking 5 to 10 years from now, and basically any price we pay now will be a bargain compared to that. But that being said, exactly what I did around this area, let's say I purchased some Solana or Caspa. Caspa is a better example. I got late into Caspa. I only opened the position, I don't know, 1 or 2 months ago. I'm not exactly sure. Opened the position, but I started small. I bought basically on the way up, and when it went back up and it dipped down is when I bought again. Well, let's just grab the chart. It's easier to explain. Oh, does it? Oh, so I did draw on this chart already. So let's say this is Cardano. Obviously, this is Caspa, but similarly, let's say I started here. We went all the way up here. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I bought more here at this area, and I bought more here at this area. Basically, anytime we see these big sell-offs, is in my opinion, it's a good time to just add a little bit onto your position, and do it in small steps. Never just buy. Let's say you want to buy $1,000. Don't just buy $800 and keep 200. I'd say start with 100 or 200 or maybe 300, depending. If you see this big sell-off happening, you manage to buy somewhere around here, yeah, you can increase that dollar cost averaging position. But I take small bites. Just yeah, just look for small entryways to get in. And when you see you're back into profit, you're thinking, all right, we're good. We see a big sell off again, basically on the way up. Obviously, it won't be a straight shot up. It will happen over time, over years. Um, but it does protect you. It protects you the best way because, let's say, No, this is not a very good example. Let's say you get in at this is Caspa, of course. So let's say you got into Caspa at 20 cents, price went immediately to 12 cents. Then let's say 10 for the sake of the video, for the easiness, but then you immediately have a 50% loss, which you need to recoup before you make any profit. Now, let's say you bought 200 bucks at the top and you go down all the way to 10, you buy another 200 bucks there, you double your position, you immediately cut in half your average price. So instead of having to overcome a 50% loss, it's only a 25% loss. Yeah, if it goes parabolic in the meantime, your profits are less. But as long as you stop yourself from losing money, eventually you'll make money. And I'm much more conservative as a trader, as an investor. So my aim is to prevent as much loss as I can in order to maximize the future profit, basically. So I hope that sort of answers your Cardano question, but I would just try to, like I said, bite sizes. Aim for bite sizes to get in, and maybe diversify. I'm not big on holding one token or big in one token, but I spread evenly around. I have this open right here. So let's say this is obvious. This was an example portfolio I did, and this is very conservative, very easy, very low risk. But it gets the point across. I would personally, I'm in Sol, I'm in Caspa, I have some Sui, I have Bitcoin, ETH, Doge, but even almost evenly distributed in size, other than Bitcoin, because I aim to trade towards my Bitcoin amounts. So I've got a long-term Bitcoin wallet, and other than that, I the main portfolio I use, but I have several. But the main portfolio I use is basically aimed at this. Basically, all the same size, obviously higher, lower risks, or maybe proportionate, but that's to each his own. But this is something I would aim at. Well, for some reason I got locked out, but you managed to see it. All right. Another question. I'm looking for getting. So yeah, for you, basically the Kurimer, for you, I'd look at the same thing. Like, let's grab this chart. I'm not entirely. Does BitUniX have it? My computer is not playing ball today. So my computer also has troubles getting back into the game, I guess, in the new year. There we go. So if we look on the daily, let's maximize that. So yeah, this area would have been a good area to get in. Maybe now, considering this the buying pressure you're seeing, it could go a little higher. But personally, I'd look for the next dip. Wait till it dips, and just like I said, bite sizes. Start small. Watch and see what the price does. If you see another one of these big candles, I mean, you could set some limit orders on your spot buys. So basically, what you could do is set a limit order. I don't know, around this price, maybe a little lower, depending on this or there, or maybe on both places, depending on how big you want to go. But let's say there. Now, I don't blindly trust technical analysis, but it's usually supply and demand zones, so it's not a hard zone. But if you're afraid of missing out on the dip before it reverts, just set it a little higher. On spot, it's not as big a deal as on leverage trading. So uh, yeah, just even out your entries. I always call it layering in and layering out. So layer one, layer two, and we could set a third layer. And I always on spot, I would always do this on the daily chart, because on a 1 hour or a 15-minute chart, it would just, the entries would be so close that the risk of it going down further and you're still big in a loss, especially on a new position, to me is too big. So I wouldn't personally do that. I always look at the 1 day chart for my spot buys. Also takes away a lot of the guesswork. It's easier to see on a 1 day chart because everyone's looking at the same chart. Everyone's looking to do the same thing. So if everyone thinks this will be the new bottom, for instance, everyone will start buying here. It'll be exactly like happened here. It was going down, 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 down. And it didn't exactly reach that level because people were starting to buy before the absolute bottom because they don't want to miss the bottom. And then you see exactly this happening. It starts going up a little bit sooner and basically confirming a bit of an uptrend, but I mean, it's debatable at this point. Exactly that. Couple weeks, couple months. Nobody knows for sure. I'm thinking for sure we will see a reaction around 28th January. We saw when Trump won the votes, the price went crazy. I'm guessing around the election day or inauguration day. Sorry, around the inauguration day, I think we will see a lot of massive speculation again, and at least a big amount of trading volume, and possibly a lot of leverage trading as well. And I think that's a safe bet. Other than that, I'm looking at February, March, end of February, beginning of March, like we did last year. Also because it will appear on this chart just like last year. Are watching the Bitcoin chart. You will see around that area. So let's say this is the 1 day, right? Yeah, it's 1 day. February, March. This is what happened last February, March. Bitcoin price went from 50 to 70 something. So I'm guessing we will see something of this caliber happening again. And obviously we already did, but there's still so much buying pressure. So, and the market in general is euphoric, considering how much crap is happening in the world. I'm thinking it's rather euphoric, and there's so much good news for crypto coming out, and Trump in general is pro crypto. So I'm thinking around February, March, or both. It could be both. Like I'm for sure something will happen. Nobody knows for sure, or the day or the hour exactly, but it will. For sure, we will see something happening around that area. Also, it's the new year. Everybody's back at work and back at it again. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to start trading. So yeah, more volume, more price movement, either up or down. I guess I'm getting too focused on my average going up 20 cents when 20 cents doesn't mean much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying basically. That's why I also advocated for not looking at the charts too much, especially during Christmas. When you start getting hyper focused on these charts, so let's say the Tau chart, let's say we go to the 1 hour or possibly the 15-minute. I mean, there's so much happening. Like if you're watching this live, like it's gonna keep going down. Do I need to enter here? Do we need to enter there? What am I gonna do? And then oh no, it's reverting again, and it starts the lower you go in the time frame, it becomes more guesswork. And let's grab the Caspa chart again because I can relate to that price easier. Oh, sorry. So when you look at this 15-minute chart, yeah, you're immediately thinking like, wow, what's happening? What's going on? Especially around this area, you see a big push up, big down, big up, big down. Like you start making mistakes. You start trading with emotion, or at least I used to do that. And yeah, similar here. Like this drop from 12. Well, it's not that bad actually. It's not that bad. But yeah, you start getting focused on on smaller amounts of profit. And I mean, you can with leverage. Obviously, there's profit to be made here. But all I'm thinking is relax. Like zoom out, take look at the charts, see what's happening, see what the price is doing, and base off of that. Obviously, if I do trade short term, I go up to the 15-minute chart and I'm thinking like, maybe it's overbought. I could do a little short trade here up to the medium level, or just a lower band. Not big on going short in a bullish market though, so I'd rather basically I take this trade. Like, wait, it's overbought, it goes down, goes up. And yeah, I'd be in downturn for quite a few hours, but yeah, eventually it would have been a good trade. Well, when 20 cents doesn't mean much. Yeah. So in short, I say it doesn't matter much if you're. I'm trading. I'm in crypto for up to 5-10 years, or looking forward in crypto for 5 to 10 years at least. So I'm not worried about 20 cents. I'm just thinking the more money flows into crypto, the more I get to buy before that happens, the safer the bet. As long as it's spot buys, of course, because leverage trading, uh, it can easily wreck you, especially when holding trades open for that long. Um, do you do leverage trading? So yeah, I used to do a lot of leverage trading. I did do forex trading as well. Made a hell of a lot of money with it, but I also lost a lot of money with it. And every beginner error I made, I started going hyper focused 1 minute charts, opening closing, scalp trading, everything I've done. Uh, but in the end, I couldn't. Like, I still have a day job. I couldn't focus on it anymore. It just started eating way too much time and out of my personal life. So uh, I'm playing the long game now, and I'm thinking in the long term, it will be much more profitable, much more easily and safely. Like I said, it's a very high risk. You can lose everything when training starts going against you, and your emotions get the better of you, and you start taking risky bets, things you should not do at all times. But if you want to approach it, I'd look at what, let's say, Connor and Tyler are doing. Uh, Wait for big news situations like inauguration day. Wait to see what the market is doing that day. You see these big spikes up, or you see a big sell off, and maybe like I'd open a little trade here, it goes up. Either put your stop loss and break even and let it ride, or close out. Or how do I personally take profits on spot positions? So uh, I'll finish the other question first, but that's how I would look at getting started in leverage trading. Also, watch a lot of videos. Don't take everything they say 100% seriously, but look at how they're putting their positions together, how to take as less risk as possible, how to I wouldn't say read charts, because nobody knows how exactly how a chart will go. But if you crypto is very news related, so if there's something positive happening, mostly market greens. If Trump says tomorrow Bitcoin is dead, then obviously we all know Bitcoin is going to crash. So let's say let's say Binance collapse. We all know Bitcoin will go down tremendously, a lot quickly. So yeah, it'd be a safe bet at that time to open a short on Bitcoin. Uh, what I like about BitUniX specifically is that you can use isolated margin positions, which is a lot safer and easier in my opinion. And it groups your trades together, but you can layer in. You can dollar cost average in and out of your trade. So you're free to take profits on a trade, but keeping it open for longer. and obviously the other way around. So if you started big, you can also, and you're in a big amount of profit, you can close it to have just keep a little bit open. I think it's very user friendly on this, and I also have a link to this in my description if you want to use it, or not. You're free to do that, but I think the trading fees are a bit lower because I'm in the same trading team. There's a lot of other YouTubers, so we get very good rates on it. So you could use that or not. But I'd say that's a good measure to begin, and just start small. Just don't trade $1,000 on one trade. Never do that. Just open the tiniest trade you can and try to be profitable. As long as you're profitable, you can scale it. So let's say you hit a 10% profit margin. All right, just increase your trade next time and hit that 10%. Don't go crazy for those 1,000%, 1,000+ percentage profits. Like 10% profit is 10% profit any day. Obviously, bigger profits, they're better, but they're also a lot riskier. And that's something that gets overlooked. People are aiming at 2,000% profit, but it's not sustainable. You will hit that a few trades, but eventually it'll wreck you, especially when you're beginning. So yeah, start small and watch a lot of videos, do a lot of reading about it, look at all the terms that are used, know what break even is, know where your stop loss is, know how to take profits, know how to reduce leverage or increase leverage or take out margin or get more margin in. I think BitUniX also has a little bit of a beginner course when you first log in. There is a little bit of an instructional on leverage trading. So I probably try. You could look into that. I didn't look into it myself, but I think they do. Exactly, exactly. Even tiny percentages stack up over time. You could even do this on spot trading without leverage. In worst case, you could just leave your spot in and wait till if it goes in a loss, you just wait till it bounces up. So how do you personally take profit on spot positions? So I personally, on a lot of my spot positions, I intend to hold into the next 5 or 10 years. So I never sell everything. You're welcome. So I never sell everything. I only move money in and out, but I aim to increase the position overall. So let's say we see this happening on Caspa, especially after the last few days. Let's go to the 1 day. Well, that's a bit chaotic. So I'm not exactly sure which day it was, but a few days ago or weeks ago. Yeah, I think I took profits around here. These used to be green, but because they broke, I turned them red. But I got into Caspa somewhere around here the first time around, and let's say we're up here. I took profits around here and here. Also on the way down, I took a little bit more profit because I knew I was in relatively good profit, and I bought more at this area. So let's say I have $1,000 in Caspa, and I layered it in over these periods, over possibly these periods. Let's say I have $1,000 in. I aim. Let's say I have a $10,000 portfolio total, or let's stick it to the thousand. The $1,000, I would try to move $300 out. I always aim to keep around 30% of my portfolio, or at least this portfolio. I aim to keep 30% cash. So every time I take profits, at least 30% goes back into, well, it's fiat. It's a fiat exchange, which I use that on. So it'd be euro or USDT, whatever you want to use. I move 30% out, so that 1,000 would go back to 700. And then if it goes down, I buy back here. And when it starts to go back up, it would probably be, well, Well, let's say it's not 1,000, but it's now 1,200. So the next time I would again try to get 30% out of that. So it stacks up over time as you do this. However, if I'm wrong and the price doesn't go down, but it shoots further up, I still have enough meat in the game to be exposed to the upside. But as we all know, it doesn't. No crypto ever just shoots straight back up indefinitely. There is always another sell-off happening, or there will always happen another sell-off somewhere along the line. So when that happens, you have the cash to jump back in, or at least buy more. And other than that, I still buy monthly, just from salary and other income that I have. I have a small business of my own on the side. Profits from that I also use to buy more crypto every month. So I'm basically still like you guys, I suppose. I use my salary, I use other income, I use profits from crypto to dollar cost average in basically monthly, depending on the month. So with Bitcoin reaching all-time highs, I didn't buy as much as normally, but I kept more cash on the side. So instead of 30, I was up to like 50%, or I bought some more. I bought more stocks during that period because 1 or 2 weeks ago, stocks, at least the stocks I held, dipped down quite considerably. So I bought more stocks, but it depends. It's, well, not an emotional game, but it's sometimes a common sense thing. So I've been talking for a little over half an hour. Is there any other question you guys might have? Anything you would like to know, or might be interested in? If not, I'll end the stream. Also fine. And yeah, like I said, I hope you all have had a great Christmas, a great New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. A new pullback soon. Well, technically, we are still in a pullback. Like if you look at the Casper chart, it's still in a pullback from the last high we had. I mean, Bitcoin is also still technically in a pullback. So, I mean, I think we still are in a pullback. And around the end of January, Trump's inauguration, it could push it higher. Honestly, I'm a little bit. I'm waiting to see what will be the new. Sorry, what will be the new bottom, the new sideways area where we stabilize, basically. So let's say Bitcoin starts to move between 100 and a 90. Okay, so something around. Let's say this will be the new sideways area. I'm thinking that will happen, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, we touched it, of course, but I mean, yeah, I'm not 100% certain on. That's why I painted it orange and not red. I don't think it's a very tough resistance level. Maybe between 106, like the new all-time high, and maybe this area, we definitely see some support forming here. So this would be I don't know, the sideways movement, but I'm definitely thinking we will see new all-time highs very soon. Especially, like I said, 20th of January. I mean, I think it'll happen. Pure speculation wise, I'm thinking it will happen. Return to 91. It could be. I mean, you can see it's not that far off. It's definitely not far off. It's possible if it just. I mean, these aren't huge buys. They're not small buys, but they're not. It's not huge amounts of volume. So if a big party decides to take some profit, yeah, 91K, it would hit that in a day. Yeah, this is 92, but I mean 91 is not that far off. I mean, 91 it touched here, but as I think we're still in the bull market, or at least will be for the next few weeks, maybe months, possibly months. But as long as we're in a bull market, yeah, I'm thinking this, let's say this area. I mean, it's not exact science, as I said, but maybe the next, it could start to compress around this area. So we start bouncing until we see a breakout up or down. That's probably something along the lines that will happen, at least sideways for the next few days up until the 20th, or maybe a little bit before that. Like, it's not usually the most improvement you see in the price is a little before the actual news. So let's say the 15th, we reach a new all-time high, Trump gets inaugurated the 20th, and around the 20th is when we will see some bigger sells, or crypto and volume and money moving to altcoins around that area. As I said, it's not exact science, but it's usually what happens. All right, so once again, I have to close up shop because I think Mo's stream is right after mine. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching again, and yeah, I'll see you all next week. And thanks for all the informative questions, by the way. All right, bye guys.